Hello everyone, welcome back. Today we will start a new chapter. This chapter talks about reporting aggregated data using the group functions. It is called also multi-rows function. Now, let's see this. We have two types of SQL functions. The first type it's called single row functions, and we already talked about all these single row functions. The other type called multiple row functions, and the multiple row functions return one result per set of rows or per groups. The single row functions, it return one result per group. Now I will start this chapter by Excel sheet, and I will show you the most important thing you should know. Now let's go to this Excel sheet. Suppose that I have a table, and this table containing two columns, the employee ID and the salary. I have employee ID 100, his salary is 700. I have employee 101, his salary is 600, and I have employee 102, his salary is 600, and I have employee 103, and the salary is null. He doesn't have salary yet. So the aggregated functions or the group functions is very simple. For example, the minimum sal. What is the minimum sal in this table? It's very simple. It is 600. So you will look what is the minimum. Now the max salary. What is the max salary? It is 700. Now what is the count of salary? The count of salary, it will be 3. This is 1. This is 2. This is a 3. So the count, it ignore null values. So when I make count sal, this record will not be calculated or not be as the count. Okay, very nice. Now let's say about the sum. What is the sum of salaries? It is 700 plus 600 plus 600. That's it. So it will be 1900. So it also ignores the null values. So this value, the null value, will not be calculated in the summations. Regarding the average, it will be the same. 700 plus 600 plus 600 divided by 3. It's also ignore null values. So this, it will not be calculated in the average. Now, let's say I make this count distinct salary. In this way, we will consider non-duplicate values only. So it will be 2, because it will be counted as 1, and these two values 600, it will be counted as 1. So we will consider only non-duplicate values. The last thing, for example, count star. The count star count the rows in table including nulls, so it will be 4. So the count star, it will count all the rows in table including nulls, including duplicates. That's it. This is the simple brief about the aggregated functions. Now let's go to the PDF file. So what are the group functions? A group functions operates on set of rows to give one result per group. So I have a table employees. What is the maximum salary of the employee? I will look and I will see what is the maximum salary. Now, the most important types of group functions like the average, the count, max, minimum, sum, list tag. We will talk about the list tag later. And we have the standard deviations and the variance. Actually, the standard deviations and variance, we already took it in the school, and it is statistics functions and calculation functions. So don't worry about these two functions, because it's not a part of this exercises, and it's not a part of the exam for the exam 061 or 071. So just remember this. Now, another important note, the group function is placed after the select keyword. You may have multiple group functions separated by comma. So you can make many aggregated functions separated by comma in the select statement. Now, first thing, the syntax for the group function, you will put the group functions, then you will open a brackets. Then you can put distinct as I show you in the Excel sheet, or all. The default is all, so no need to put it at all. Then you will put the expressions. Now, this is the guidelines for using the group functions. Distinct makes the functions consider only non-duplicate values. All make it consider every value, including duplicates. The default is all and therefore doesn't need to be specified. The data type for the functions in the expression's argument can be character, varchar2, number, and date. So it's not only for the number, it can work for the varchar2 and also for the number and for the date. All group functions ignore null values. Okay? 2. Substitute values for null values. Use the NVL and NVL2 release, case, or decode functions. And we will talk about this in the exercises. So I think this is a good brief about the aggregated functions. In the next lesson, we will do some exercises. So thank you for listening and see you in the next video.